pledge from Air Canada. The airline has said sorry to the Assembly of First Nations National Chief after a flight crew tried to take her headdress away. The airline says staff tried to stow the headdress of National Chief Cindy Woodhouse Nepinak in cargo before the departure of a flight on Wednesday. The National Chief says she was forced to hand over a case containing the headdress that was with her in the plane's cabin. Woodhouse Nepinak says Air Canada needs a protocol for First People so they are not harassed for their sacred items. CTV's Jeremie Charron is standing by in Ottawa with more on this. And Jeremie, what do we know about this incident and the response from Air Canada?
Yeah, so I mean, this happened on Wednesday, and the National Chief, the AFN National Chief, Cindy Woodhouse Nepinak, taking to social media to share her experience. It happened on Wednesday. She shared it during a second flight she was taking on Thursday, saying that she would not give up her headdress or the container it was in during that flight, and it would appear that she didn't have to on that flight. But certainly she expressed frustration. You touched on it a little bit, Roger, but she talked about the fact that she feels Air Canada needs to establish protocol for these kinds of situations. Typically, she would travel with her headdress on her lap or in the overhead container. But crew, removed the item, and as you can see here in these images that she shared on social media, wanted to place it in the cargo container instead. And so what we're seeing now is of course, an apology from Air Canada and a promise to kind of look at things differently. The airline issuing a statement yesterday, and we can look at that statement now, but issuing an apology to the National Chief, saying that they've reached out directly to speak with National Chief Woodhouse Nepinak to better understand and apologize for her experience. We are also following up on this matter internally. We will be reviewing our policies as a result of this regrettable incident to ensure special items such as this, whose significance we appreciate, are able to travel in the cabin with the customer consistently. So clearly, Air Canada is looking at this and understanding that they made a mistake here, issuing the apology and seeing how they can move forward to make sure that this doesn't happen again, Roger.
Has Air Canada said what the reason was, why the flight attendants might have wanted to put that down below? And this obviously isn't the only complaint as well that we've had about Air Canada.
Yeah, so, I mean, we haven't heard specifics from Air Canada on why. It would appear that the overhead containers were full. That is what we've heard, and that for that reason that the item was going to be taken to the cargo container instead. But Air Canada itself has not yet specified reasoning for why or why staff chose to take those steps. But to your point, Roger, we've heard many separate complaints, completely different issues about Air Canada, but about all airlines as a whole. What we've heard is that the Canadian Transportation Agency is reporting that their backlog of air passenger complaints is at an all-time high, over 70,000 complaints in a backlog. They're calling that situation a crisis. And then last fiscal year alone, there were over 40,000 air passenger complaints. So certainly this is an issue that clearly is on the rise. Airlines have to address it. And the backlog itself is a crisis as well, as what we're hearing.
Okay, CTV's Jeremie Charron, thank you for that.